Hey folks, thanks for joining me again. Last episode we got our logic set up, everything wired, looking pretty good. Now we're just going to do a few kind of quality of life things. We're going to need to build a few more batteries. Let's see what we can do right now. A large battery cell. We're going to make probably a couple of these. Well, it sounds like a good idea, at least to me. But we'll see how it goes. We can only make two, really. Well, I mean, we can make more than that because I've got the copper and everything needed for it. What's this? Is that a iron frame? Yeah. All right. Let's see here. All right. Perfect. So let's throw these in here. And we do have that battery charger, of course, down here. And yes, if you get stuck in a situation. Oh, Jones. You smell the future, bro. Is that what it is? Or is it the future I'm smelling? I was wondering what that was earlier. So. Pain in the butt trying to place things. Especially when you got all this crap in the way. Yeah. Hey, I saw you, speaking to a friend, Dr. Jones, here on Twitch. I saw you, saw your Kerbal Space Program stream earlier. It was pretty cool. What mods are you running in that, in yours? It looked really nice. That's the reason I ask. What the hell? Oh, for God's sakes. Power converter not doing it for you. What kind of power? What's it complaining about? Oh, wow. Thank you for giving me like 19 cents or something. I appreciate that, Eric. That's really nice of you. Alright. Oh my God. I've got to stop falling off the side of my thing. Yeah, the 1080 60. Yeah, that is nice. It does look really good. Your stream looks great. Yeah. Is it that I need a transfer, or yeah, probably transformer needs to go into something like an APC, I guess. Get out of here. Let's see. Wait. I guess one of them has to have some cabling to it, right? Fine. You. It looked like in your stream that the planet itself looked pretty nice. Alright, so now this stupid thing should have conditioned power. enough to not cry about it. Let's see. We do need a battery charger, as I said, so. Oh yeah, Eve is a really nice looking game for sure. Let's see. I just never could get into it very much. So dense. It's a very dense game. Let's see here. So we're working on our materials. Solar panels are tilting backwards. Like I said, it's kind of a way you can track where the sun's going to show up. Just because, you know, it's whatever. The daylight sensor just senses where the sun is no matter what and outputs that. So it slowly resets back to, you know, the starting position right as the sun rises. Now, at least we've got these guys working here. The APC up there. We do not have very much propellant left, as you can see. And, yeah. Yeah, I just need a good place to put the charger. I guess that's as good as any, specifically since this thing already has that output going on it. I don't want a cable, I want a junction, I want a straight. There we go. Here we go. Come on down. The price is right. Or wrong or something, I don't know, it's something. And, yeah. The battery chargers just pull so friggin' much power. That's the only thing. Good Christ, I'm glad I put the button like 45 feet away. I'm glad I can I'm glad I can hit it with like a stick or something from the other side of the earth. Battery charger should charge pretty quick though. Very much so when this is done arcing. God, man, you go through copper so fast. Oh, which tracking system am I using? Are you talking to me or Eric? For me, I just this tracking system is just using the daylight sensor to a reader to get the angle, which then is divided by 1.8, which outputs to this batch writer that does the solar angle into percentages, which I know there's one, you know, a couple that are a lot more accurate than that, but it's real easy to do, kind of just right out of the gate, which I'm gonna do a video on the more advanced one sometime soon, and it is obviously, yeah, the 88% efficiency method, right? Yeah, the other one you can do is a little bit more complex, but a lot more efficient. Alright, let's turn off our light. Charging, it's good, it's coming up, so we're gonna get a lot of power into the large battery though, which will be great. Oh, okay, excellent. Let me turn this off now. Our gold. And we'll stick this aside for next time. And you know, actually I don't really need anything that great at the moment. However, I am running out of power, so it would be nice if that would charge up a bit quicker. some other things we could do. Obviously, we got all that to deal with in the near future, but that'll be an upcoming video. And yeah, it's certainly not the best way to do it, but for a few pieces of hardware, it's certainly a lot better than changing it with a wrench. One thing that we can create, we can start looking at making a fabricator, and so we don't have to keep all this stuff up here. We can kind of simplify it. What does a fabricator take? It takes gold, a bunch of iron, and copper. Let's go ahead and make one. And then next after that, we'll have to make a computer and a manufacturing motherboard. But once we do that, we'll have everything we need to make most of the stuff in the game without having a bunch of different machines laying around. I'll eventually just build another platform right there so I can walk over onto it without falling off and weeping uncontrollably and broken legs at the bottom of a cliff. Fabricator. Not a quickly built thing. Okay, nothing in the auto lathe. And we have enough cabling and everything, I believe, for what we want to do. My poor suit battery. It's been a couple of days, or 3-4 days probably, since I changed it, so... Alright, here we go. This will make me feel better. Yeah. My suit's not freaking out anymore. It's always good. Prefer it when your suit doesn't, like, freak out. A little nerve-wracking. It's always yelling at you about how you're gonna die in the dark confines of space. What is it now? How much, oh yeah, there we go. So, we'll do our, do the old switcheroo there. Use that as our propellant now. It's not a ton, but it's more than 7. So, if we fall down a hole or something, get us out of a quick, get us out of a bind real quick, if nothing else. Alright, 70%. And the Fabricator is absolutely huge. We might as well take this apart for right now. Wait, I don't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. 86, 87. I need to build out a little bit more too, so I keep falling off. I stop falling off of things. Always a preferable thing to not have to, like, jetpack or run back up to the top of your base every 5 seconds because you keep falling off. Alright. Okay. That's not horrible. I can live with that. So, now, let's get our cabling out. Junction, corner. Cool. Alright, now we need a computer. Manufacturing motherboard as well, but we need a actual computer. There we go. Oh. I have 9.5 copper is what it's trying to tell me. And not 10, so it kind of counts that weird. So let's go grab that real fast while we can. While we have a touch of daylight. See if we can find some copper real quick. I'm going to need more than just, you know, the one. I'm going to need a few because I want to make that motherboard, etc. Here's a bunch of gold. That's good. Not what I'm looking for, but it's good. Iron. Oh, yeah, there it is. More iron. I hate it when you can't find like the one thing. It's always irritating. Yeah, of course. Alright, let's see. Maybe we'll catch some on the way back to the base. A ton of iron. There we go. That's a little bit. We don't have to go totally crazy. What was that, 3? Oh, I need more than 3. Come on, game. Don't be stingy. Game was stingy. There's gold, of course. The time I don't need it. Well, I will in the future, and there it is. So got that going for us. That's either silicone or that's silicone. Nickel. Eventually, we're gonna have to make solder, and we'll go over that. Of course, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it, or we'll solder that bridge when we get to it. That's probably a better statement. Iron and volatiles. Oh my. So our base battery is a little bit of a yellow beacon on the horizon. More coal. Ton of gold. Ah, copper. There we go. That's what we needed. Perfect. Sure. Anyway. Okay. So that's enough copper for us to like do what we want to do here. Let's go ahead and throw this in there. Get that copper dealt with. We'll go ahead and turn that off so it'll produce the one, and then we can at least make the computer while we're waiting for the rest of it. Yeah, build a computer. Cool. And then finally we need a motherboard. Manufacturing motherboard. 3 more copper. I think it takes a lot longer to make a motherboard than it does the actual computer. No, that makes sense, I suppose. I mean, if it's referring to motherboard, processor, memory, and all that jazz, but computer has a lot of parts that aren't the motherboard, though. So, anyway, let's place these things in our backpack for the time being. And go ahead and start this thing up. Get in there. Okay. Yeah, we'll need that anyway. So, we'll go ahead and grab these things and we can stick them in the fabricator, you know. One thing that's nice about putting all this stuff into the machines is when it does spit them out, at least it spits them out as like one thing and not like the 50 million little ingots that you stuck it in there with originally. So, alright, computer. I mean, we can... No, let's make it not the most irritating thing in the world. Actually, go ahead and throw down a couple of frames. Put that in there for the time being. Turn off this bedeviled contraption. Yeah, so we can kind of set this computer right here, right? Okay. Alrighty, let's get this manufacturing motherboard out of there and close that up. So now, you have your fabricator. With a fabricator, you can easily make like whatever you want, and it's got this kind of drop-down menu you can go through and make a ton of crap, you know. So we got all sorts of stuff we can make now. And that's going to be super useful coming up for us to continue our base creation. See, there's our battery kit. You know, we got all sorts of stuff in here that you don't have with the other basic stuff that we've created. And that's good, you know. So, yeah, let's go ahead and this thing doesn't have anything in it. So 220 watts, potential 1.82 milliwatt. I can't remember how much this wire is actually rated for. That's the one thing. That is a good way to read this stuff, though. So anyway, turn that thing off, put it back in our bag. Oh, is it 5 kilowatt? Okay. 5 kilowatt is the maximum for standard cabling. Okay, 50 kilowatt for large. Alright. And as you can see, we're reaching morning time. Alright. And from there, there's plenty of things that we can create, but that was a tank. That was a big tank. But for now, I think that's going to do it. I want to thank everybody for joining me, as always. I love sharing this stuff, making these videos, and spending time with people. If you enjoy this, I have a Patreon at patreon.com/McMaster, or on Twitch at /JVMcMaster. You can subscribe. Or follow me on Twitter at McMaster. I love you guys. It's a crazy world out there. Take care of yourselves, and yeah, above all else, remember to be kind. Have a great night.